So I just got this little spot welder from Harbor Freight. I just got a membership there, and this came up on sale. I've kind of had my eye on this for a while. Figured it was time to get it while it was on sale. So I just tried it out. I had to do a little bit of adjustment to it when I got it. Just the tongs need some adjustment, and you get the closure right. Tells you what to do in the instructions. Not too bad. I did have a little issue with, when I got it. One of the screws down here that does the clamp for the bottom. This one here, it looks like they had cross-threaded a little bit. It still holds, but I can tell it was messed up a bit. But it holds, it does the job. And they had shims in the top here, but it seems to all connect good, and it's rigid. Anyways, I just tried this out, and this was my first test. I did 4 sample spots on here, and I should note this is the 240 volt one. There's a 120 volt one and a 240. This one is quite a bit more powerful in the output. I think the 120 volt one outputs 1.5 kilowatt, and this one does 2.5 kilowatt. So it's substantially more. And from what I'm seeing, for this little piece, it was actually too much. That was about as short as I could hit that switch. Less than a second, probably about a quarter of a second on each of those spots. That one was okay. The other 3, it just penetrated right through it. But they are held because you've got a solid bead of weld right around that. So even though there's a hole there, that is very firmly attached. Now this is a spring metal, and that may have part to do with it. I think with a milder steel, it may have a little less burn through on a mild steel. I'll have to test it. This is thicker, quite a bit thicker, especially this skinny one, and then I've got some galvanized here. I'm not sure what the gauge of these are, but you know, reasonably stout. So this here, I just did 2 welds. I think you can see them there in the camera. These came out perfect as far as I'm concerned. Just the slightest bit of depression, not a full dimple. There's no real burn mark around it. You got a little on the one that's on the back. I think this has a little more carbon steel on it. And you can see a little bit of heat marking there, but no real burns. So I've checked this out, and it is really solidly on there. In fact, I'm going to show you. I sharpened the edge of this a little bit, and I just did this for the hell of it, but I think I want to show this. I'm going to try and do, I'm only one-handed here, so it'll be a little tricky, but you can see here, I already chopped a little bit of this. My aim's not that great where I'm trying to hold the camera in the other hand here, but I mean, I'm hitting this pretty hard, and that weld is not giving it at all. So, does it work for a good weld? I would say so. I'm surprised how well that's on there. So yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of jank in the way the thing is assembled. You may have to futz with it a bit. But it most certainly does the job for welding. Thanks for watching.